Taurus, welcome to your October 2022 General Tarot reading. It's Raina here. The heart of the matter is the Two of Wands. This can be a decision that you have to make. Sometimes with wands, it can be actually whether or not to stay where you are or go someplace else. So relocation or travel, or that's why the person has a globe in his hand, I'm assuming. And then also the idea of choosing between two careers in particular, but it could be like relationships too. Anything where there's a choice involved. And this isn't true, I don't think, for all decks, because I looked, somebody pointed out to me that there's a hand on the other wand. So it means that there's some kind of like other person who is involved in your decision making, or maybe that you have to think about in some cases. In the past position, we have the Ten of Wands. So certainly, Taurus, this could be if you've been working really hard, if you've been taking on more than your fair share, you might be like, I'm out of here. And it's not just the place of employment, it might be the type of work that you're doing. It just might be that is how it goes for that type of profession, that you have to work long hours. And it just might be a little bit much for you at this point. If you're getting older and you just can't do 10-hour days, or you're just a person who has other things that you're interested in and it's just too much on your plate. So it still may require you making a decision whether or not to actually go through with it, or what other thing can I do? What other thing do I want to do? So it's not always clear cut in those situations. What would be the best thing to do? It can also be two people, and maybe they are fire signs. So the three fire signs are Aries, Leo, Sag. Leo is the one that you probably most oftentimes wind up with, because you're both fixed signs. So there's friction, but there's also attraction at the same time. The higher message is the Queen of Cups. This is a card of intuition, the psychic. And it might be saying to you, you have to look at the bigger picture. You have to tune into yourself. What are you really feeling inside? Because Taurus is a sign that is an earth sign. So you're not ruled by your emotions by any stretch of the imagination, which is good, because it can allow you to do things much less weighted down by emotion. But by the same token, you might still be kind of like not knowing exactly which way to go, because you don't have that inner guidance system that is activated to the same degree that somebody else may have. The Queen of Cups can be the mother, maybe like the consummate mother energy. And it can also be the artist. So either one of those, I don't know if you call motherhood a profession, but at least some type of path that a person goes down, they may be more appealing to at this time. So perhaps the decision is already made at another level, where you know that you just don't want to do your profession anymore and you're looking for something much more compatible with you that you resonate with. But if you're an artistic person and you're sitting on your talents, that could be saying, having this job, especially if it is kind of weighing you down, isn't superior to these other pursuits. What crosses you is the Five of Pentacles. This is lack consciousness, and surely, a Taurus person, Pentacles relate to all the earth signs, and when it's in the challenged position, the Five of Pentacles to me suggests that somebody is allowing their fear of poverty to call the shots. And when you do something like that, be aware that what it will do is it will keep you in line if that's something that you are truly afraid of. But it doesn't inspire a person to go after their dreams. So, and this seems to be something that is, kind of like bred into us or drilled into us from an early age, that we have to think about, okay, how are we going to make money and things like that. And they're just trying to scare people, that kind of thing, and imply that there's some calamity at the end of the time period. If you haven't done XYZ by this time, then that's not going to happen. This isn't going to happen for you. And the truth is that sometimes people defy those patterns and they can become very successful if that's truly what they want. It's not like, they have to follow a cookie cutter formula in order to get there. So being willing to experiment or what have you. What's coming in is the Four of Cups. This is a card of maybe dissatisfaction on the emotional level. You see the clouds handing that cup, which is kind of offering their, love or regard. And the person is stone-faced. The person is not impressed with what is being offered. Why is that? Because you could be offered something really great, but if it's coming at an emotional expense, if there's someone that you have to, or some, if fear is going to be activated for you because you're so attached to what you have that you can't even imagine walking away from a job that pays a very decent living, nobody can tell you what to do. But you can always be doing it little by little. And the first step is paying attention to how you feel. When you are flat, that's what this card is. It's a sense of just not being into whatever it is that is out there. Feeling disconnected from life. When you find the right path, it can be very energizing and activating because you know that you're doing something that, especially if you have feedback that's very positive, that people are telling you that you're helping them, or if you're an artist of some sort, then people are saying, this is so calming to see your painting, and thank you so much for painting this for me, that kind of thing. The outcome is the Knight of Swords. This is a card of being kind of brash, in your face, outspoken. I believe that the Knight represents the fire element. If so, that's that kind of rebellious quality. And for Taurus, you know what I think this is Taurus in Uranus, that transit that's occurring, because that's going to affect the monetary system, all the systems, actually. And I feel like it's going to be an improvement. That even those people that don't believe in anything that I say, well, I don't need anybody to believe in what I say, but anybody, I don't know who those people would be, but just this idea that, things can happen at a moment's notice. And therefore, if we are just kind of like coasting along, that's not going to cut it. We have to be on top of our game, and we have to be very mentally sharp so that we can pick up on these things. The problem is that people get complacent, and that's what the eclipses kind of jolt us out of. And that's, speaking of which, yeah, there's going to be a solar eclipse in your 7th house of committed partnership at 2 degrees of Scorpio. So that could affect your direction in a long-term relationship. There are different things that can happen as a result of that. So I think what the Knight of Swords is all about is like being prepared, staying alert, and being ready to act quickly. This can be the changes in the air. And certainly because of the solar return happening, that goes right along with what this represents. Okay, that's what I have for you, Taurus. I hope that this resonated. If you would like a private reading, the link is below. Take care. Bye.